Well, so I'm here at BEA with Peter Sis, author of the upcoming book, The Conference of the Birds, coming out October 27th from Penguin Press. Yes. So thank you so much for talking with us. Can you tell us a little bit about the book?
Well, it would be nice to look at the book because the book is paintings and it's visual.
Yes.
But it's about everything I learned in 30 years I'm making books. I did my first book like in 1972 in the old country of Czechoslovakia.
Yes.
So now after all these years of making many books and illustrations, I came up with this idea for the Conference of the Birds, which is inspired by the poem from the 12th century.
Okay.
And I did illustrations from the imaginary book of the imaginary beings by Borges, and this is where I found this story about Seymour, which is the king of the birds.
Okay.
And I thought, how fitting. So then I started to paint, and then a few years, this was in the time when Obama was being elected, and I realized we always are looking for somebody. If it's Dalai Lama, like today it's a birthday of Bob Dylan, so it's like we always look for somebody who would give us answers in life.
Right.
So the book is about that. It's about life and looking for somebody who would give us answers.
And so you found the story originally in a Borges book?
I found it when I illustrated the Borges book, and I thought this is fantastic. So I made like a dummy for I'm mostly now in the children's book, so I did it as a children's book, but then it was growing and growing and became really a book for all ages.
So what's the difference, would you say, between writing for children and writing for adults? Is there much of a difference?
I don't think there is a difference, but unfortunately the market says there is a difference. And I have lots of parents who say about my children's books, this is really not for children. This is for much more sophisticated people. But then you always meet some 4-year-old child which is very intelligent, and then you meet lots of grown-up people who are not very intelligent. So it's very hard to say what's for children. It's like Little Prince or maybe Bible too, I don't know.
Well, and your books are so beautiful, and I really think that beauty can be appreciated at any age.
Thank you very much.
Well, so can you tell me, what was it about the poem in particular that really appealed to you?
It was really a story about the life itself, because it's birds which decide that the world is falling apart and they have to find somebody who will be their leader. And for me, as being from the totalitarian country which has got too many leaders, I was coming to America as being free, but then I thought I was looking to America to give me answers, and then you realize that people are the same everywhere. So really the poem is about these birds which are really going all over the world to find this king who will be their leader, and then they find out in the end it's everything inside of you, that you are your own leader. I shouldn't say that. This is like the mystery you should discover in the end of the book.
Okay.
No, nobody will buy it.
No. I also love the book that you did several years ago, Tibet Through the Red Door. That's
very
a beautiful
similar
book.
Thank you.
Yes. Would you say, is there a particular, do you find that you're very inspired by Eastern spirituality, Eastern philosophy?
I think because I grew up in communism, really, I'm inspired by anything which gives you some winks of imagination. But I don't like, in the same time, I just went to India because of this book.
Right.
And if I see a big group of people who are into one religion and they are going crazy, I don't like if it's even Tibetan Buddhism. So I like if something is spiritual and lets you think what you want to think.
Okay, interesting. Well, we should probably wrap up here, but can you tell us a little bit, do you have any other big projects coming up, anything that you're working on now?
I'm thinking about a book. When I was a little boy in Prague, I was hanging out with this little boy who was from Cambodia, who was studying ballet in Prague, and through the history he became the king of Cambodia now. So I'm trying to sort of build a story around that. And then I'm thinking about doing a book about my daughter, who now became a teenager and works for her old babysitter who has a fashion company. So maybe it's gonna be like what do you call it, the chick flick. Maybe that's passé already. I don't know.
Chick lit. Chick lit. Well, those sound very interesting.
No, I don't think I'm gonna go there.
Okay. Well, Peter Sis, thank you so much for talking with us.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.